Good afternoon, everyone. So, we are back. We are doing live streams again. I know I took a little bit of a hiatus from live streaming here, but we are back, and I want to get back into it. We have some other games that I want to live stream for you guys. I want to get into Train Simulator 4. I want to get into Trucks and Logistics Simulator. Hopefully, we can do some kind of multiplayer with that. That'll be really fun. Sorry about that. Um, But today we are back with Fernbus Simulator, and we actually have some news that we can talk about today. But let's get into the trip. So we got a long one today. We're going to be going from Berlin almost up into Denmark, not quite though. We're going to be taking this here VDL Futura double decker out. So let's get this. We're not going to be playing in the winter because it's a long trip, and I don't want to go through the night cycle. But yeah, let's get going here. So I hope everybody's having a good start to your week. I know it's Monday. Monday is not the best day of the week, but here we are. And man, it is December already. This year just flew by, man. I swear to God. Okay, let me get in the bus here, make sure everything is set up the way I like it. Yeah, we need to pull this back. You know, it'd be great if someday this would save all these settings, but I don't think it will. I think we will put the mirror on with this bus because it is a large bus. Okay, let's get this baby fired up. I think 20 should be good. I think we're in like May or June, so that should be good. Get these doors open, all this stuff on. So to any Americans out there, I hope you had a fantastic Thanksgiving. I had a nice Thanksgiving. Spent a nice quiet one home with just me and my wife. Cooked turkey and had all that good stuff. Alright, so let's log in here. Now, let's see if we can find it. Yeah, so this is a weird glitch that came last time. And I don't really understand what they did, but basically this is like the shuttle route graphics. That's what this is. Berlin to Kiel. Is she going with us? Yeah, she's going with us. So you can bypass that just by pressing X if you know where you're going. She's going with us. Okay, he's going with us. So you don't have to use the express when you're on this one. If you know where you're going, just press the X. Her ticket's invalid? I thought she was going to... Okay, wait a minute. Kiel, Dusbanoff, Berlin. Okay, she's coming with us. I don't know why the other person wasn't. Used she's coming with us. Oh, you would want a ticket, wouldn't you, lady? It's silly that we have to check, because I know we're going there. I'm the one who created the route.
Hello, here mein ticket. Danke.
So, we do have some news about Fernbus. They are working on the Polish DLC. I have no idea a time frame on that. I know that whenever it comes out for PC, it'll come out a lot later for a console. So don't expect that to be any time really soon. Let's start our ride here. Am I going to be able to highlight the start ride? Nope. Let's hit the announcement quick, and we can get out of here. So also, the developers that made the Denmark DLC, I believe they're Helicon. They're working on an update to that DLC, which is going to include a new city and some updates to it. Now again, I have no idea when that's going to happen and when it's going to come out, if it's going to even happen for console. You know, the problem with porting games is that Aerosoft controls that, and we all know what Aerosoft is like. Okay. Ooh, that was weird. So yeah, we all know what Aerosoft is like, and how they don't like to get stuff done. Do I have to be in that other lane? It looks like I do. Oh, we have time to get over there. Also, they put on their Instagram, it looks like new buses that they're going to be adding into Fernbus, which we know about. But they also included it in Tourist Bus Simulator, which kind of blows my mind because I just can't imagine them putting a DLC for Tourist Bus Simulator when that game hasn't been updated in so long. I mean, they said that they were going to update that game, put it on Unreal Engine 5, and get everything fixed on it. And it was supposed to be done this year, and we're still waiting for that to happen. And I'm not holding my breath. Now another thing is that it seems like this is what I've been hearing from developers, that Aerosoft is kind of trying to change its image, I guess. But again, words don't mean much, right? They have to show me something. You know, if they're going to fix games, if they're going to put out patches, put out patch notes, communicate, all that good stuff. And also, guys, keep an eye out because next week I have a little like holiday buyer's guide. I'm going to be going over every sim driving game that I own and kind of just ranking them and letting you guys know what I think is the best, which ones that I think are worth your time, and which ones aren't. So that should be out next Monday. I have a lot of editing stuff to do with that video because I have to get clips of all the different games and stuff. I try to keep it as short as possible, but still, there's like, I believe 9 games. And I have to have just, you know, at least some talking points with those 9 games. Ooh, I need to be in that lane. Crap. Ooh, this is going to be tricky.
Ich hol mir noch einen Zug hier.
Wow, I don't think I've been this way actually. I think this is a different route that I'm taking here. Very interesting. So guys, if we're here, the only thing I do ask is if you can just leave me a like. It helps the channel. I appreciate it. And it's free for all of you guys to hit that like button. So, you know, I had someone in my comments ask me about this game. And the funny thing is, they were asking about if the game gets updated and whatnot. I said, no, it really doesn't get updated that much. Aerosoft doesn't really do that. And they were like, well, okay, so I guess you don't recommend the game. And the funny thing is, I do recommend this game. This is one of the games that I do recommend. I don't think it's a bad game. No, there's never going to be force feedback, man. There's never going to be force feedback. There's not a single Aerosoft title out there that you can buy for console that has force feedback, unfortunately. I don't think it's something we'll ever see in the game. And TML, they have come right out and said that they have nothing to do at all with the console version. It's all Aerosoft. It's all up to Aerosoft. Basically, Aerosoft has their source code and they give it to the third-party developer. And I could be wrong about this, but from what I've been piecing together, the third-party developer, they can't fix something that TML doesn't fix first. So, and again, I could be wrong on that. It might be something that I misunderstood, but that's the way I understood it. That they can't really fix anything that TML doesn't fix. So, for instance, on PS5, the whole day-night transition, if TML doesn't fix that, then Zero Games, their hands are tied. They can't fix it either, unfortunately. Ooh, did we just hit the guardrail? Why? Oh man. See? Oh no. Well, there's nothing I can do about that. Nothing I can do about that. You know, personally, I would love force feedback in the game, but the wheel does work good. It's, you know, it works easy enough. You can play the game on Xbox Series S and X. This is a current gen only game. Hey Skyline, what's going on, man? Welcome to the stream. Everybody welcome. I couldn't say, man. I have a Fanatic, and it's fine. I know, like on the Logitech and the Thrustmaster T150, it can be very heavy. And the kind of workaround of that is to go into a game like Farming Simulator or Bus Simulator 21, just boot the game up and then close it, and then come back into this game, and it should help with the heavy wheel. I don't have that with the Fanatic wheel at all, and I don't know how that is on the more expensive Thrustmasters. I don't know, unfortunately. I have tried this game on my Thrustmaster T150, and yeah, it's heavy. The wheel is heavy on it. There's no doubt about it. Whoa. Hey, David. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. AC too cold. Okay, well. There we go. We can do something about that for you. It's still a very enjoyable game. I mean, it has its flaws, no doubt. But it's still an enjoyable game. I find it enjoyable. I still like playing it. Yeah, the AI. I mean, well, okay. So this is something new. We have floating trees. That's that's neat. I haven't seen this yet. Oh, floating signs. Oh, goodness. Alrighty. Now we have a stop. You know what, though? I don't know of any driving games on console where the AI is really that good. I would say Tourist Bus, the AI is better, and it's odd because it's TML. But I do think the AI on that game is a little better than this one. But yeah, I think the AI in all of these games could be improved. You know, I was even watching video of American Truck Simulator and European Truck Simulator 2, and yeah, the AI has its issues. Oh, I need to get over here. So AI in driving games, that's definitely an issue. If I'm being honest, though, I can kind of live with the AI. The AI doesn't bother me too much because driving in real life, traffic is very unpredictable. You know, although stopping on a highway is a little... Well, this is all messed up. Look at that. It even put me over on the side. This is a new one. So have you guys checked out the Trucks and Logistics Simulator? And if you did, what are you thinking about that game? Not a bad game. Not a bad game. I'm still skeptical. It's still an Aerosoft title, but not the worst. Uh, I think so, David. Yes, I think at some point they will come to console. Um, I don't know when. The last time I heard, it was like probably going to be the end of 2024 into 2025 that they'll have the console compatibility. They need to get that new graphics engine up and running. I think they'd be silly not to attempt it. I think that it would do amazingly well, and I think it would boost their sales even more. The only thing I question is the amount of content that they have in that game, and what will they be able to bring to console. Me personally, I mean, I would be happy with ATS, and even if they could only fit in a couple states. I mean, if they could give us a couple states, but give us a lot of the features, and it looks good, and it plays good, and, the wheel works, and the controller works good, I think I'd be happy with that. I'd be happy with, like, maybe like a light version. Nope, no news, man. No news, Skyline. They they are not transparent about that kind of thing. They don't like to keep anybody informed, unfortunately. And as I was saying, apparently it's all on Aerosoft. TML has actually nothing to do with the console version of the game. It's all in Aerosoft hands, so it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate, but Aerosoft, they must be doing well enough with all the various games that they have that they don't need to worry about, having a game running good. They got rid of Fabian, and honestly, I hate to say it, but I didn't get along with Fabian at all. But he did keep you up to date a little bit. I mean, he was kind of vague about stuff, and it seemed like he was more promoting himself than anything. But at least he did give you little bits here and there. And since he's left, we hear absolutely nothing. To be honest, I thought for sure that they just abandoned the game. I didn't think we were going to get to Denmark DLC. Then all of a sudden, we got it. And I was like, oh, hey, maybe they fixed something. But no, they didn't fix anything. It seems like that patch was only to prepare the game for Denmark, which on PS5, the map was already in the game anyway. You just couldn't go to the stop. So, yeah, I don't know. It's definitely one of those games where, I wish they would fix it, because I enjoyed the game. I do think it's a really good sim. I love the size of the map. I enjoy the driving. And for the complaints that I have, I don't feel like there's... I'm sorry, guys, I just got distracted. I was just looking in my right mirror, and what is that? It's like the bus is like ghosting in the mirror, or something is there? Okay, I'm seeing graphical glitches today that I have never seen in this game. So I'm glad that we're catching it on live stream anyway. you know, I was even looking, like even on Steam and stuff, and there's really not a lot of options, even on Steam for driving sims. Yeah, man, I hear you. You know, I mean, it's crazy to think about that they're selling DLC and they're not fixing it, and the buses are broken, and they keep selling DLC. You know, I mean, that's kind of my issue with Aerosoft, is that it seems like that they're just all about the money. So again, like I said, actions speak louder than words. If they can put out patches and they start fixing things, fantastic, great. You know, I'm someone that I believe that everybody can change, even developers, companies. You know, I want to think that, but they need to prove it to me. They can't just make claims, which I haven't heard them say anything. Okay, so don't get me wrong. The developer behind Truck and Logistics Simulator, I was speaking with them, and they said that Aerosoft kind of wants to turn it around. You know, I take that with a grain of salt. Like I said, I've heard nothing from Aerosoft. I don't see anything from them that makes me believe that that's true. We'll just have to wait and see. The good news is we do have some Sims coming out in the near future anyway. February we have the is it Taxi Life? I believe that's a promising one. I'm interested in that. I'll be getting that for the channel. And we have the Alaskan Road Truckers, probably going to be released sometime in 2024. The vanilla buses. Well, you know, the vanilla buses, the buses that came with the game, and the buses from the first DLC pack, they all work fine. It's just the second DLC pack. You know, and to me, it seems like, why wouldn't you just fix that, you know, quick? Like, that should have been fixed a couple days after the DLC was released, in my opinion. You know, like I said, that just kind of shows you the Aerosoft way with these games, that they're just not interested. See, now this here, if there was like an accident or something up ahead, I would be okay with that, but you're on a highway and we're all just stopping. And it's just because the AI is acting crazy. Now, why are they stopping way over in that lane? I'm not even going to be able to go around. Oh, that van wants to come over. See, I think that's the issue. It's vehicles that want to merge. On the highways, they stop. They stop and try to merge in. They don't find an area where it's sensible to merge. And then that's what happens. If you're not paying attention with this game, you're going to get into a lot of accidents. You really need to pay attention when you're in heavy traffic like this. You know, and I know people are like, well, you turn the traffic down, but that's no fun. You know, I don't want to drive on a map that I'm the only one. That kind of defeats the purpose of it. Man, like I was saying before, there's really not a lot of options, even on PC, for good driving games. I feel like, you know, ETS2 and ATS are probably the pinnacle of that kind of game. Is that what that is? Wait a minute. That's what that is. Ah, thanks, buddy. I just mentioned that. I was like, is the bus ghosting? Like, what is that? That's strange because, okay, some of the buses have an alarm where if you move with the door open, an alarm goes off. Ah, there we go. That looks better. I was just thinking that that was some weird graphical glitch, and I forgot to shut the door. Ah. Appreciate it, man. Good looking out. But talking about SES and if those will come to console, I do. Hey, there's a tire just laying there. I do believe if we don't get a version of ATS or ETS2 on console, I do believe another developer will eventually step up and make a proper trucking game. From what I've heard of the guys over at SES, he's very ambitious, but I think he lets his ambitions get ahead of him. Because apparently there's a lot of things that he's promised over the years that still aren't in that game, so we are at the mercy of developers here. We really are. You know, I won't lie, I've thought many times about possibly saving up for a gaming PC just to play those two games. And literally, like right off the top of my head, I can't think of any other game on PC I really want to play that I can't play on console. Those are definitely the two games that I want. And, you know, honestly, I'm not a developer or anything like that, so I can't say, but I kind of feel like this game isn't in that bad shape. I don't think this game is in such bad shape that it's not fixable. I think they probably could if they just wanted to. I think if Aerosoft would just go to TML and be like, hey, look it, you know, fix this and this and this, so we can send this on to these guys to get the console version up and running better. You know, I think it's definitely doable. Ah, you know what? I probably prefer Tourist Bus over this. I think Tourist Bus is probably the better of the two games. I don't have a lot of the big game-breaking bugs that other people have. Like, the game isn't unplayable for me. The biggest issue I've had in the game so far is in career mode, the tourist routes that you put together, they don't work at all. But other than that, I don't have the save issues, I don't have the crashing issues or anything like that. Yeah, I love that game, man. That game is just a whole different vibe. A whole different vibe. The economy system is amazing. The economy system, the management, the career mode, you know, yeah, it's it's a good game. It has great potential. You know, that's another game. It's supposed to get an update. It was supposed to get an update this year. Here it is December. We still don't have an update on it, so I don't think it's going to happen. I think these developers, they need to stop making promises that they can't, you know, they just can't handle. You know, in TML, they keep saying that they're a small studio. Okay, well, if you're that small, maybe you shouldn't bite off such a huge bite. You know what I mean? You know, why do you have 3 games going if you can't handle it? And it's not just console. The PC version hasn't been updated either, and the PC version has its issues, so it's not like they're focusing on PC and not console, because that game hasn't got attention on PC either. I do kind of think all of this is just to give them more money for their new game, The Bus, though. That's kind of my feeling on it. You know, obviously Aerosoft was pushing to get these games released on console. TML could have cared less. But I have noticed TML and Aerosoft posting a little bit more on social media and stuff. If you look on the SimNext channel, which is now Aerosoft Move, there's a woman that does the videos now, and she's come on. She introduced herself as their community manager, which Fabian wasn't a community manager. He was the producer. Yeah. See, that's I don't have that issue. I don't have the save game issue. But that's what I mean. I've done videos on that. Like I said, I have a little buyer's guide coming out next week about all the Sims that I have on the channel, and that's one of the reasons why I can't recommend anybody buy that game, because there's so many people that have the game and it's just completely unplayable that, you know, I can't in good faith recommend. But if the game's working, it's a good game. It really is. You know, I would have loved for them to put the football DLC into this game, because then that would have given us an economy system and just a little bit more. Because, like, for me personally, I actually love making routes and driving routes. I can do this all day. But I do know that there are some people out there that when they game, you know, they need to have something. They need to have goals within the game to do, you know, otherwise they're going to get bored of playing the game. So I think every game should have an option for, like, an economy, you know, or just a free play. You know, I do see a lot of people, you know, kind of criticizing this game about that there's, you know, it's boring because there's nothing to do. You know, me personally, like I said, I could just create routes and I can drive all day and I can play in this game and be absolutely happy just driving. And that's why I understand why, like, Alaska's Road Truckers is a game that we need. And there's no reason why that game is competing with other trucking games. Yeah, I mean, that really sounded awesome to me, you know, like, you pick a team and then you bring them all around for their season, and you had to take care of the bus, and you had to go and get, like, a motel room and stuff like that. You know, that would just be one more thing that you could do within the game. And originally, Fabian said that the football DLC was going to be in the game, and then he was like, oops, nope, it's not going to be in the game. You know, so... They said that they would have had to update the football teams and stuff like that. And honestly, I'm an American. I don't care about that. I don't care. You could have left in the old rosters. It doesn't bother me, man. The center spring works in this game, man. The center spring works in this game. So if you're worried about it not returning, it does. At least it does on mine. It does on my wheel. There's no force feedback, but there's center spring. I mean, you feel a tiny bit resistance, but like I said, I can't say on wheel brands that I don't own. You know, I'm just gonna throw it out there. Like, it's still, in my opinion, the best driving sim on console at the moment that we have. But like I said, you're here with me. You're watching me play the game. You know, watch the live stream. You know, you can get to your own opinions on it. Are we going to Aalbeck? I think we are. Yeah.
Grüezi, ist das gültig?
Are we going there? We are going there.
Mahlzeit. Hier ist mein Ticket. Danke.
We don't have a lot of people coming with us on this trip.
Ist das gültig?
We only have 3 more people.
Jetzt wäre ich fast in den falschen Bus eingestiegen.
That's another thing I would say
Hello. Mein Ticket.
about the game that's a little annoying. Like, I had this big double-decker bus, and I have, like, nobody on it.
Grüezi.
Hello?
Hier, mein Ticket. Vielen Dank.
Okay, you're coming with us. Is that it?
Mahlzeit. Hier ist mein Ticket. Danke.
You're the last one. Okay. I would say the only game that we have close to this would be On the Road, and honestly, I never. Wait, what am I doing here? Okay. And honestly, that game is horrible, man. The Logitech is heavy. Just focus on the screen. It's still pleasurable to drive. Ah, God, I can't see that comment because that stupid heart. Oh yeah. I wish the buses would fill up too. I mean, I don't quite understand that.
Hallo und herzlich.
Like I said, I'm on a Fanatic, and on mine, it's not heavy. The center spring works, so it goes back. Like, you know, if I let go of the wheel right now, it's returning on its own. I have to give it a little bit of help, but not anything bad. I mean, for me, it's more enjoyable on the wheel than it is on controller. And I think that's just because I'm so used to driving on the wheel now. But like right now, the wheel's coming back on its own. On my T150, the wheel, it comes back on its own. It has center spring. I will say on the T150, it's heavy. It's like too heavy for my liking. But yeah, I don't think it's anything where it's unplayable. You know, as I said before, unfortunately, it's all we have. Now, interestingly enough, the Taxi Life game that's coming out in February, because I was already talking to the devs, and that game has wheel support and force feedback. So I'm really curious to see how that goes. And that's not an Aerosoft game, by the way. That is not an Aerosoft game. So I'm very interested to see how that's going to feel because, you know, again, a game like this doesn't need insane amounts of force feedback. It just needs a little bit. You know, like Bus Simulator 21 has force feedback, and it doesn't have insane amounts. It doesn't need that. It's just enough. I got you playing this now. Oh man. Well, you know what? That happens, man. That happens to me a lot when I'm watching the streamers. You know, they'll be playing the game. It's like, oh man, I want to play that now. You know, let me put it this way. If you go into this game with super high expectations, you'll probably be disappointed. If you take the game at face value for what it is, it's a good game. It's a good game that you can enjoy. You know, it's it's easy for us as gamers to really focus on all the flaws of a game. But I'll be honest with you. Can I go? I'm going. What happened was I played On the Road. And I played that game. And then I went back into this game. And this game was like a breath of fresh air. It was like, this game is so much better. And it made me appreciate actually what we had in this game, because that game is just so bad. The controls are bad, the graphics are bad. I mean, it's a shame because there are some good things about that game. It's like, it's not all bad, but the core elements of the game are bad. It's like a driving game. The driving is the star of the show, and it should be enjoyable. And with On the Road, I felt that driving is not enjoyable, whether you're on wheel or controller. The scenery is all the same. You can't see in the distance. Yeah. Sometimes you gotta play a bad game to appreciate a game that's not great, but not as bad, I guess. If that makes sense. So some games that I'm going to do live streams on, Train Sim World 4, definitely want to do a live stream on that. I got back in, I just bought Train Sim World 4 actually a couple days ago. I was like, oh man, I forgot how much I enjoyed this game. So we're definitely going to do a live stream on that. I got a couple videos that'll be coming on that. I want to bring that back to the channel. Would you guys like to see like an On the Road live stream? I mean, we could do it just to show it. Just to kind of show the differences. You know, I mean, I own the game. I would be up for it. We gotta turn, right? Yeah. See, like, stuff like this game has the elements. And, like I said, at one time, you could see that TML, they did put love into this game. I mean, with the seasons and the passengers, they wear different clothes during the seasons, you know, road work, and you have like the traffic stops. At one time, they put a lot of love into this game. You know, but they've kind of moved on, I felt. And like accident. Okay. I don't know what I hit, but sorry. You know, but they don't care at all about console. This was a 100% Aerosoft thing. And unfortunately, Aerosoft is just one of those publishers that, you know, they're just in it for the money, I feel. They don't really care about making the game good. Which is a shame, Skyline, because they could make so much more money off this game, right? Like, you know, that's what I've been saying. Like, do they not understand that if they fix this game, I mean, right now, like it or not, this is the best driving sim on console, probably. Right. You're absolutely right. I agree with you 100%, Skyline, because, as I just said, this is still the best driving sim on console right now. You know, and, you know, as a developer slash publisher, whatever you want to say, why wouldn't they want to just put some pride into it and just make it that much more better, you know? Elbeck. Are we going to Elbeck? Oh no, we're going to Kiel. Are we going to Kiel? Yes, we are. Okay, cool. Okay. You're all on your phone.
Ist das gültig? Danke sehr.
Guten Tag. Fahren Sie in mein Pool.
Only 4 people. We're only picking up 4 people. What's going on here? Oh no, he's got luggage.
Salut.
Okay.
Sie wollen bestimmt mein Ticket sehen. Auf geht's.
Oh, she's on the bus to Rosa. Okay, you know what? So that's... How many people we have on the bus? Because we're going to several locations here, so I'm sure we have other people. Oh, yeah, we got other people on here. It's just... Still, I would love to see this bus filled right up with people, man. Oh, did I shut the luggage doors? Yeah, I did. See, now I'm like freaking out. I'm like... I will say, I still think this is a better game than Bus Simulator 21. That's just a personal, a personal thing. And I don't dislike the game, but I like this game better. And I like Tourist Bus better than Bus Simulator 21. They do have a lot of content in that game, but I don't know. There's just something about it. I don't know. I am going to be showing off the tram DLC. I bought that DLC the day it came out, and I just haven't I haven't really got into it. Other things have been going on and other content. But yeah, we will show that off. That's a tight little curve right there. Another thing I like about this game is the scope of it. The what do you call it? The scale of the map. I feel the scale of the map is right in that sweet spot. Nothing feels too long. Nothing feels too short. It feels, really good. That's the other thing about On the Road that, gosh, I'm thinking about it. Maybe I will do a live stream on that just to show you guys what I mean. But like with that game, it seems like every trip is just so boring, and it seems to take so long. And it's like with this game, like right now, I'm only going like 40 kilometers an hour, and this feels about as fast as you're going in On the Road when you're going 80 in that game. There's just no real sense of speed. Okay, we got another weird one of these coming up. Every time I go around that corner, I get into a light accident. I would love to see a train go through there. Now, I have seen trains in this game, but I've never seen them at a rail crossing. That would be cool to see. I would love to see that just once. I don't know if that happens or not, though. If anything, because they have, they have the bus on PC, which is TML. They have ATS and ETS2. They have those games. If anything, I would put more attention into this game on console because I would feel like that's where the money is, because this could easily be like the ETS2 of bus sims, like on console. Did nothing wrong there? Oh, at that corner? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I hit. It didn't look like there was anything there, but that's not what the passenger seems to think. So we've already been going for just under an hour. Like, there's no other game on console that you can just drive this far. Well, Train Sim World, but that's a train. They're drunk. Probably. The only time you really hear what they're saying clearly is when they're complaining about you getting into an accident. Other than that, you kind of just hear the little chatter, which I'm good with. I'm good with. I'd rather that than in Bus Sim 21 hearing about whatever they're talking about back there. Good Lord, that gets annoying after a while. Pretty sure you can shut that off in that game, though. You need to take a break. Oh! You know, I completely forgot about that. So, let's see. Where are we? Oh, we're way over here. Wait. There's nothing. Wait a minute. Use them. Did they take the parking spots off the map? Surely there's a rest stop. Oh no, there's rest stops down there. Ooh, so the problem is, usually if it's not a marked rest spot, it doesn't count. At least that's what I've experienced in this game. It'll go through it, but at the end of the trip, it won't count. But we can try to figure out somewhere to pull over for rest here. I would have to say that's got to be a bug, because when you get up into here on this route, there's no parking areas. There's no parking areas, so you should be able to take a rest anywhere. You know, fast food restaurant, a gas station. Is there even a gas station around? Way over there. Well, they're just going to be bitching at me to take a stop, and it's not going to happen. Say I can always try that gas station, but that's quite a ways out. So just for those of you that, if you are new to the game or you don't have the game yet, taking those breaks, it's anything over a 4-hour trip, you have to take a break. And you don't have to take breaks when you're in shuttle mode. It's only in FlixBus mode because you're a FlixBus employee, basically. In shuttle mode, you're kind of like freelance, so you don't have to take breaks. Even if it prompts you to, you don't have to. Because I see a lot of people saying, it won't let me take a break. And it's like, yeah, it's because you're in shuttle mode. That's why. So normally, I would be driving around in winter, but I wanted to do a nice long route for the stream, and I don't like the day-to-night transition on PS5. It just looks so bad, and it literally will put me in a bad mood if I see it. But what we can do, and we will do some shorter trips in the wintertime. We'll do some Christmassy streams around here. We'll do some Christmassy ones in Train Sim World 4 in this game. They need to put more Christmassy stuff in these types of games, I think. Holiday stuff in general, I think, would be a good thing to do. So are you guys excited for the holidays? Are you not into the holidays? You got big plans with the families? What do you guys got going on? Or is it just still too early to talk about? I think we'll be going to my parents' house this year for Christmas. thought there was like a hunting stand right there. That's cool. I like it. You gonna let me go? Oh, I thought you were gonna let me go, dude. What the hell? Hey, I'm going. See, like right there, that my wheel's coming back. Center spring, it came back itself. I didn't have to give it too much help. Also, are there any games that you guys are excited about, anticipating on? I feel like it's really slim pickings for games, man. It's so weird because since these next gen systems have come out, I think like the what do you call them? The independent companies, man. The indie games, I've been more excited about than any AAA titles. You know, I think the biggest thing this month is what? The trailer for GTA 6, and that's tomorrow actually, isn't it? Tomorrow, yeah. December 5th, we finally get to see 91 seconds of GTA 6 trailer. My God, I wonder how many views that video is going to get. It has to be in the millions, right? Has to be in the millions, I'd say. That would be my guess anyway. So guys, if you are new around here, you might want to think about hitting subscribe because we do all kinds of gaming like this. I try to bring all the sim games that come on a console on my channel as much as possible. And I would love to get to 3,000 subscribers. Love it. Guys are excited about GTA 6? Yeah, I mean, I don't think I know a gamer that isn't. Like, can you even call yourself a gamer if you're not a little excited about GTA 6? Come on. I've seen some people saying that, oh, by now, you know, the hype's died down. It's like, nah, it's GTA 6, man. How can you not be excited about it? GTA 5 was an absolute masterpiece. You know, as with San Andreas. Geez, I think I played every GTA game since San Andreas. Even the PSP versions. There was Vice City Stories. I think Liberty City Stories on the PSP. They were awesome. Fantastic games. Loved them. GTA 4? I didn't dislike GTA 4. I don't think it was as good as San Andreas or GTA 5. That's just my opinion. But I played it. Why? Because it's a GTA game. You gotta play. You gotta play a GTA game, man. You just have to. Hey, CGD. How's it going, man? You been enjoying SnowRunner? It is, Skyline. You're absolutely right. It is quite different from the others. Not necessarily a bad thing, but it was different. SnowRunner, it's one of my top favorite games of all time, I gotta say. I absolutely love that game. So much content, I'll never get through it. Such a good game, though. See, this is a big thing that's missing with the on-the-road game. There's nothing to see in that game. It is so boring. It is so boring to drive. I literally bought that game just to put it on the channel, just to show it. And, you know, I was like, I don't really want to bash a game I never played, so... Oh, really? Having crashing issues on the Xbox? Wow. When that game first came out, there was a lot of issues with it. They've straightened a lot of it out now. I don't know why Xbox is still having issues with it, though. I kind of wish they would do something about the multiplayer with the mods. I tried it, I think, last month, and I could not get the mods to work in multiplayer. I had to play the game with absolutely no mods on. Okay, so we need to find a gas station or somewhere to take a break here. Let's just pass these guys because they're driving me a little crazy. That's that red box truck. He's holding everybody up. Come on, dude. Get it together. A lot of traffic through here. Now, I haven't changed. I know I need to take a break. What do you want from me? There's nowhere to take a break. Chill out. Oh, wait. There's an area coming up here. So now that sign said parking area. That's not marked on the map. Is this truck ahead of me going to the same spot I am? Because he's slowing down. Ah, he is. Alright. So we can take a break after all. And then I can have that thing stop yelling at me. Is there a parking area? Wait a minute. Well, let me check the map here. That says gas. It doesn't say parking area. So you know what? Let's just pull off the road and freak everybody out. Vehicle off road. See what? Good. Calm down. It's not the end of the world. What did I do? Okay. Okay. Going to take a break. Like I said, this isn't going to register, but here we go. Well, I'm off the road. Let's get everybody check back in to make sure they didn't take off on me. Vehicle off road. Goodness. What's the big deal, people? I guess they wanted me to park right in the middle of the road. 11 out of 12. Oh. Damn, I didn't even see that lady. She want to quit? No. Checked. Okay. Yeah, that lady was so short, man. I didn't even see her. Alright. I think we got to take another... Yeah, we need to take another one at the Rostock. So let me just see here. There's Rostock. Yeah, there's nowhere to take a break. There's nowhere to take a break on this whole route. Ah, we're not going to even worry about it.
Alle Straßen führen nach Rom, aber diese nicht.
Jeez. Chill out, people. Alright. Let's get back at it here. So maybe the next stream I'll do, I might do Trucks and Logistics Simulator. Might do a live stream on that. That's actually not a bad game. I don't know what the longevity of that game will look like. That's another one that there's really not a lot to do in the game other than the driving. There's, you just buy all the vehicles, and that's pretty much it. But it's a fun game. All right, I know that truck is going to slow us down. There we go. Kick on the cruise and just chill out here for a little bit. The funny thing is, I was like the biggest one that wants forced feedback, but if I'm being 100% honest, driving the game, I don't really miss it, I don't think. Maybe it's because I've never had it in the game to see what it feels like, but you just get used to it, and it's not that bad. I think the only times I miss it is like when you're going over like cobblestones or taking a curb. I think it'd be nice to have it, but like right now, driving like this, you wouldn't have a lot of force feedback anyway, even in real life in the wheel. You would have the center spring. Center spring might be a little bit more pronounced than it is in here. Again, these are things that when Fabian was with Aerosoft, they said that they were going to work on to put in the game. I'm sure they were all just things to say to people to, try to hype it up a little bit. Let's try to get ahead of this traffic and hope that this isn't... Oh man, this is my exit, isn't it? Please don't tell me this is my exit. It is. It's going to be. It's row stock. That's where we're going. Come on, bus. Come on, bus. All right, we did it. All right, roll stock, here we come. Also, it's strange because I know like so many Americans want these games to be in America, but I think I'm like one of the few Americans that I enjoy driving around Europe. I think it's because I drive around America. I live in America. These are places that I'm never going to see in real life, so I kind of enjoy it in the games. I love the European routes in Train Simulator 4. I love the fact that we're in Europe in this game. It's like I see what America has to offer. I want to play games and I want to go in places that I don't go in real life. So another good question is if SCS does release one of their trucking games to console, or both, what do you think they would release first? ATS or ETS2? Personally, I think ATS, just because ETS2 has been around longer. There's a lot more content in it. But if they did decide to release the console, I don't know what their new engine is like with console compatibility, so I have no idea what they could add to it. Like I said, I would have to assume that they might not be able to add everything they have, but I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure as of right now, the Unreal Engine is the only one like available for developers to use that they can put in like really big maps with no load times and stuff like that. But I have no idea what their own engine will be like, you know. And it's interesting because I feel like that some of the best games, the best sims for console, they're not ports. They're not ported over. You know, like SnowRunner, it's not a port. Train Sim World isn't a port. Farming Simulator isn't a port. You know, Fernbus is, Tourist Bus is, On the Road is. You know, even Trucks and Logistics Simulator is a port. Bus Simulator isn't. But again, that's just my personal preference. I'm not saying that Bus Simulator is a bad game. I just prefer this game. Like I said, I didn't increase the traffic. I have it set at 70 or 75, I believe. That's where I always keep it. That's just quite a bit.
Hast du den Blitzer gesehen?
Now, how is that the passenger's business? I'm the one paying the ticket. Don't worry about it. That's funny. I don't get speeding tickets in this game often. That's the first time in a very long time I've got a speeding ticket in this game. Set to 60. I keep it at 75. I don't have any issues. The only time I turn it down is when there's a big traffic jam, like in Paris, you get them. Then I'll turn it down to try to clear that up. Otherwise, I like it set at 75. I like a lot of traffic, even though the AI isn't great. I still I like the traffic. That's your personal sweet spot? Awesome, man. At least they give us the option to control that. So that's appreciated. Oh, other side of the street. All right. I remember this one. I think I'm going to pick these people up. I'm going to take a quick break. I need to go grab a drink. I don't have anything to drink, and I'm getting a little thirsty. Adjust the controls. What do you mean? Like map the buttons? Is that what you're talking about? Oh, are we holding up traffic? No, we can't be holding up traffic, can we? Oh, well. Yeah, I know. I mean, it's one of those things that when I talked to Fabian Aerosoft, he made it sound like that they couldn't do, but yet every other game does it. You know, it's like, how do all these other games do it and you couldn't do it? You know, it's like basically you're admitting that as a publisher you're trash. you know, I'm sorry to put it that way, but you know, how else would you put it? You know, racing games. I mean, racing games, they do it. Bus Simulator. You know, even though I don't enjoy playing the game as much as I do this one, I feel like Bus Simulator is a very good example of how to deal with that. All right, guys, give me 2 seconds. I need to get up and get something to drink here. Alright, I'm back. So let's see here, did we... Yes, we open the doors. These people get their luggage. You see, that's another thing that they were supposed to fix. The delivery of the bus, it gets all blurry and pixelated. It wasn't like that when we started out, but then it just happens. So that's the thing I would say about this game. If you're on the fence about it, if you're thinking about it, there's a lot of graphical glitches, a lot of minor bugs, I would say.
Servus, fahren Sie in meine Richtung? Ciao.
Salut, ich hoffe, ich bin hier richtig. Sehr freundlich.
Tag, fahren Sie in meine Richtung.
That's why I always say just kind of watch videos on it, watch live streams if you can.
Mein Ticket für die Fahrt.
And you gotta kind of make up your own mind of what you find acceptable or unacceptable.
Danke sehr.
Tag, ich hoffe, ich bin hier richtig. Sehr freundlich.
So it's always something. It's always
Mahlzeit.
something.
Mein Ticket. Dankeschön.
It's like
Ich hoffe, ich bin hier richtig.
a trade-off, I guess.
Verzeihung, dies ist gar nicht mein Bus.
Okay, lady.
Bist schon okay.
How about you,
Ich
Grandma?
nehme einen anderen Bus.
Is that it? No, we still got one more. You. Nope.
Grüezi. Bin ich hier richtig? Dankeschön.
There we go. Which, if I'm being 100% honest, I think I'd rather have that blurred out than the dashboard, because the dashboard is something that I'm seeing all the time. And also, interestingly enough, I have a video coming out to the channel this week, and I'm actually going to compare the graphic settings set to lowest and highest to see if there actually is a difference. And I was actually surprised that there really is a difference.
Hallo und...
Alrighty. It's funny because you don't really get dinged for running a red light in this game. Like, it'll show up on your stat screen at the end, but you don't really get anything for it while you're driving. No one says anything. It's strange. No, you can't look around with the wheel. You have to use the controller, which honestly it becomes kind of second nature. At first it seems a little cumbersome, but you kind of get used to it. I'm used to it from driving with the wheel on Farming Simulator. So, I used to have a Thrustmaster T150, and if I played Farming Simulator on that, I'd have to use the controller and the wheel. You still do for the most part, but now on Farming Simulator on Fanatic wheels, certain Fanatic wheels that are the Club Sport series and the Podium series, they actually have an analog stick on the wheel. And so like on SnowRunner, Farming Simulator, some other games, you can actually use the analog stick to move the camera around. You can't in these games, unfortunately, because again, like I said, they don't really have true wheel support. Like, there's no settings for the wheel. There's nothing in the menu that mentions the wheel or anything like that. So their version of wheel support in Aerosoft is very, very sketchy. And also press the buttons on the dash. Are you talking on Bus Simulator? Because yeah, you can do that in Bus Simulator. You're right. You can't do that in this game, which... Whoa. This game does have keyboard support, though. I haven't tried it. I don't own a keyboard. I'm going to try to get one and see what that is. See how it is, I mean. It's funny because, like, on the wheel, I have two buttons that absolutely don't do nothing. And that's the L2 and the R2. Because on controller, that's your accelerator and brake. But on wheel, you actually have an accelerator and brake. So those are two buttons that they don't do anything. They're just useless. They could have at least mapped, like, headlights and wipers to those buttons. I feel like it's very much with Aerosoft, they have an attitude of, you know, like, you're lucky we gave it to you on console. Like, you know, you should be grateful that we even put the game on console. And it's such a horrible attitude to have. And it's even a lot of PC gamers will have that attitude, you know, like, well, what do you want? You know, if you want the game better, you get a PC. Well, that's a horrible attitude to have because the developer decided to put the game on console, or the publisher. You know what? It doesn't even matter. Whoever decided to put the game on a console, you know, we're paying for it. We're buying it just like a PC gamer buys it. If you can't put it on console and have a good experience, then just don't. Oh, it does. You're absolutely right. It does. You know, but again, as console gamers, none of us asked for that discount. You know, that's something that Aerosoft decided to do on their own. And, you know, honestly, I feel like that is probably going to be the same way if ATS or ETS2 comes out, because there's so much content on it. They will probably have a special console edition that has more content. Absolutely, Skyline. Absolutely, 100%. You know, we're all customers. You know, if you put a product out, and like I said, obviously I enjoy playing the game, but if the game can't be fixed or whatever, then you shouldn't have put it out. I don't feel we have to be grateful for something, you know, if it's broken. I mean, again, this game, it's not unplayable. It's very enjoyable. But, like, look at On the Road. You know, if that's not just a big, like, F you to everybody, then I don't know what is, man. Although I hear that it's not really any better on PC either, so there's that little tidbit of information, I guess. You know, that's why everybody's crying for Alaskan Road Trucker. When does it come to console? When's it come to console? It's like, you know, look at, before you start begging for it on console, take a look at some videos, see where the game's at, go on their Discord, see what issues they're having on PC, and then, do you really want that game on console right now Or do you want them to fix it and get it in better shape and then bring it to console? You know, personally, me, I can wait. If waiting means it's going to be in better condition, performance is going to be better, you know, a lot of the bugs are going to be out of it, then yeah, I'll wait. And those same people that are complaining that it's not a console, they're going to be the first ones complaining about all the bugs and glitches and problems with the game. And, you know, why did you release the game so early? Well, you were crying for it. You know, you're begging for it every day. You know, in a way, I hate to say it, but hey, King, what's going on, man? Okay, I'm gonna have to pause this real quick just to read these. Biggest issue with OTR is the fog. Yes, that's the fog. I agree. Skyline, the overall quality of the product definitely matters more than releasing the game. Oh, yeah, absolutely. That's, you know, I agree with that. But yeah, King, that fog. What is that about? I mean, from all I can tell is maybe they use it so you don't notice the pop-in, but honestly, I think I'd rather see pop-in. It just gives the game this boring feel, like you can't see anything. And you know, it'd be easy to blame the Unity engine, but Truck and Logistics Simulator is on the Unity engine, and you can see the city skylines, and you can see everything. So I don't know, man. The fog isn't on PC. Is that just a console thing? Interesting. Yeah, I mean, it's funny because I don't like pop-in, but in that case, I think I would rather see the pop-in than that constant fog. And my other thing is with the game is that it's not fun to control. The controls just aren't fun for me. And there's like no sense of speed. Yeah, I agree with you, King. It's, you know, and I mean, Skyline, that could be, but that's a very poor way to do that. You know, like I said, if you can't get it running, then just don't put it out. You know, I feel that's a not a very good resolution to that problem. Resolution? Is that what I'm thinking of? That doesn't seem right. Ah, well. You guys know what I mean. You know, that's not... Solution! Jesus, there we go. That's not a good solution to the problem. Well, yeah, you know, Trucks and Logistics, like I said, that's in Unity, and that game doesn't look great, but it looks miles ahead of on the road, you know? You know, I like what those devs had to say. I still have a very bad taste in my mouth for Aerosoft, man. And, you know, as long as Aerosoft controls the ports, then I'm always going to just be uneasy about any of their games. I think I got to get in this lane. Is this the bus lane or something? I don't know. Maybe. No, going in the tunnel. So there's one thing I want to test out, because usually there's always like this weird lighting glitch when you exit a tunnel. But the other day I was playing this and I didn't notice it. So here we go, coming out, and we're going to have that.
Noch schneller
I'm
und wir
speeding.
durchbrechen die Schallmauer.
Not too bad. not bad for Unity. I mean, Fishing Plan is in Unity. I think that game looks decent for what it is. Trucks and Logistics, it doesn't blow me away with the graphics, but they look a hell of a lot better than On the Road. No, man. This game doesn't have a story mode, no career. It's just driving. You know, that's what I was saying before. If you're a gamer that needs a game that has a story, or you know, you have to have some kind of progression in the game, then this isn't really your game. It's literally just making routes and driving. It's a driving sim. If you're looking for like a bus game that's more structured, then Bus Simulator 21 is probably more your style. I would say if the game wasn't broken, Tourist Bus would be the game to get. Truck Driver, But I won't. That's the game. I can't bring myself to buy that game, Truck Driver. Like I bought On the Road just for the channel, just to say I played it. But Truck Driver, I just can't. It's just so lame. I can't with the story and just everything. But you know, I don't feel bad about it because my channel is on Sims, and I don't feel like that's really a sim. That's an arcade trucking game. So that's how I justify it. Bus Simulator, like I said, it's a good game. Personally, I enjoy this better. I enjoy Tourist Bus better. But that's just my opinion. No, because that's not an actual thing. Let me pause this real quick so I can read chat here. We'll say this: they're showing off snowy weather in Unreal 5, and it does look quite nice. Visuals aren't anything, but well, you know, I'm a big graphics guy. I mean, we're going into 2024. You know, we're on PS5, we're on Xbox Series S and X. I personally don't feel that it's too much to ask for graphics to look good in this day and age. I feel like with a sim, graphics are more important because you have to feel like you're there. You know, I don't want to drive in a game where it looks like an Atari game. You know, I'm sorry, I just don't. I feel the visuals have to be there. I don't feel it's true with every game. I feel like that there's other games out there that, you know, they've done a good job at making the game look not bad, but just not modern, and I'm fine with that. But in games like this, I really feel that graphics, you know, you kind of need them. Yeah, personally, and I can't, like I said, I wouldn't recommend buying the game because of the issues that so many people have. I don't have a lot of those issues. I don't have the game-breaking issues. I personally enjoy Tourist Bus probably more than this game. And just a little. That game just has a vibe about it, man. I don't know. Yeah, I seen that, King. I seen that they're releasing bus DLCs for both, and I'm just like, that takes a lot of balls to expect people to pay for more DLC on a game that you haven't patched. And man, I don't know how long it's been on PC. You know, it's been probably 2 years now on console. You know, but the funny thing is, people will buy it. Look, me, I have to buy the DLCs because I need to show you guys. That's why I buy the DLCs. You know, they're a very small developer, King. They're like 5 people. So I can overlook the graphics in that game. And I don't think the graphics look horrible. You know, like I said, I think the graphics in that game look better. I think they look better than On the Road. And that's using the same engine. I'm sure Trucks and Logistics is a more updated version of the Unity engine. But I think it looks better than On the Road, absolutely. But the driving is good. You know, if you have a driving sim, the driving has to be good. The driving has to be the star of the show. And that's where On the Road really lacks it. It really lacks it. The driving is just not fun, whether it's on a wheel or a controller. It's just not fun. But Tourist Bus, pardon me, Tourist Bus just has a vibe about it. You know, and I don't even need the map to be huge. It's just got that vibe about it. I just hope if it does get the update, they don't screw it up. Because that game, the day to night transition is gorgeous. It's perfect. It looks perfect. See, a couple things that I really enjoyed about Simula Games when they were on GameTech UK's stream. First of all, they were honest and they said, look, if they had time and more money, they would do more. And I absolutely love that kind of honesty. You know what I mean? I think if more developers came out and just said, hey, we don't have the kind of money to put into the game, otherwise we would put all this into the game. You know, for me, that would go a long way. And another thing that I like that they said is that they worked with the actual developer. Hold on, what? Okay, so let's talk about that a little bit. So, Fernbus, even though it's on UE5, it's not using any UE5 assets. It's still using UE4. So basically, this is technically Unreal 4. It's in Unreal 5, but they would have to rebuild the game using all Unreal 5 assets. And they're not going to do that. So, technically, this is an Unreal 5, but it's very much using all Unreal 4 assets and stuff like that. But anyway, getting back to Simula Games, when they said that, you know, he actually worked with the third-party developer that ported the game like 6 months, that's cool. Whereas this game here, TML doesn't work with Zero. They shipped off the code to Aerosoft. They shipped it off to Zero. They ported it. End of story. TML is not interested. Right, and that's the difference. And Simula Games even admitted that a lot of developers, they just hand off their source code to the third-party developer and they let them do it. And that's why you get games that aren't in the greatest condition. You know, and from what I understand, the third-party developer that ported this game, their hands are tied. They can't fix something that TML don't fix. TML literally has to fix it first for it to be fixed. I could be wrong on that, but that's kind of my understanding. So, like, the day-night transition situation on PS5, it can't be fixed if TML doesn't fix it. If TML ain't going to fix it because they don't care. They don't care about console. I was in their Discord. I left their Discord because of it. They have a very bad attitude about consoles and console players over there. It's a shame. I mean, it's money. Why would you turn down money? That's the one thing I don't understand. You know, for a developer to sit there and say, well, we didn't want to put it on console anyway. I don't want to waste my time. It's like you're missing out on money. It, you can like it or not. Consoles are in almost every house. Consoles are huge. There's so many more console players than PC gamers. So why you wouldn't want to tap in to that money aspect of it is really beyond me. And I get like consoles, I get it's a hassle having to go through all the checks and balances and stuff like that. But again, why wouldn't you want that extra income? Yeah, I'm interested to see it too. That's supposed to come out this week. As far as they said. That's what they said anyway. And I mean, their community manager there, what's his name, Michael? Like, he's doing that free. Like, he's doing that free of charge. That's not his job, so. Even though he's not on the development side of it, that shows some real passion. That you're doing something like that and not getting paid for it. Yeah, you can change the weather. It has dynamic weather, or you could change it. Like, if I wanted to change it right now, I could just pull up the phone here and go up to the little weather icon here. It's orange. If I click onto that, I can change it. You can't change the time of day once you're already in the game. You do that before when you select your route and stuff. And you can have it set to your system's date and time, or you can choose your own date and time. Yeah, I mean, personally, I really feel that the multiplayer is what's going to really shine in that game, because the single player is kind of lacking. There's not really a lot to do. Once you get all the trucks and do all the jobs, that's pretty much it. Like I said, unless you're someone like me who enjoys the driving aspect of the games, but if you're someone who needs that something to do, then it's going to get old pretty quick.
Wir sind schon da?
The game has a ton of potential, though. It really does. It's still not the game that's going to wet my whistle for, like, ATS or ETS2. But it's not supposed to be. I think people need to just get that out of their minds, that not everything is competing with that. Do I have another stop? Wait, is this the last stop? Huh. This is the last stop. Wow. That went quick. That went quick. All right. So we can end that. So for those of you that don't know, you get this end screen here and just kind of gives you all your stats: passengers transported, checked in, sold, and valid tickets. 1. -5. Okay. So it told us she wasn't coming with us, but it still pinged me for it anyway. Resting quality. Yeah, see? If you don't rest in an actual parking area, it doesn't give you... It doesn't count it. I feel like that's a bug, but I don't know. It may be like that on PC. If you guys know, feel free to let me know. Well, they shouldn't be compared to it anyway, because that's not even what they're doing. It's not, it's like I see people do the same thing with Alaska Road Truckers. Comparing that, and it's a completely different game. There's no reason why, even if we had ATS or ETS on console, I would play both games. They're two completely different games that you're doing different things. Traffic rules, properties damaged, radar control. Okay, so apparently I ran into something static. I didn't see anything, but whatever. Safety distance broken, and it's normal. Okay, so basically, if you come into here, and if you pick your route, like let's do a shuttle route. Let's do we can do the city route. Where's the city route? This is the route I like to do. Um, ah, I gotta go back to the main menu. This is the one thing that irritates me about this game. If you want to start a new route, you have to go all the way back to the main menu, then come back in. Very annoying. Scratches a different issue. Absolutely. Absolutely. There doesn't have to be one of each game. There doesn't have to be, end all be all. We can enjoy different games. It's just like racing titles. I see it all the time. People saying, "Oh, what should I get? Should I get ACC? Should I get Gran Turismo 7? What should?" Get them all. Get them all. If you enjoy that type of game, you're gonna find something to do in all of them. There's no real end all be all. So this is a screen where you can pick your bus. We have MAN, CMC. These buses came with the DLC pack too. These buses are broken. A lot of things on the buses, they don't work. The Neoplan, they came with the game. VDL, this is from the first bus pack, and the Scanias. These work perfectly. We had the BB, and we have the Mercedes Sprinter here, although they don't call it that because they don't have the license for that. I would take this, but I don't like the way this sounds. I love this bus and tourist bus in this game. It sounds horrible. It sounds like a remote control car. So I think we'll take the Lions Intercity here, and just to show you guys, we'll use today's date. Do we want to use the time? Yeah, according to this, it's already dark, so we can do that. And whether we'll put on dynamic. Let's see. Uh yeah, I get that issue too sometimes, King. It tells you that, but it doesn't bother me. It doesn't prevent me from playing the game. Paris. Yeah, I'll definitely check that out. You know what? I turned off Nightbot because last live stream was being pain, but if you guys aren't in my Discord, let me put the link to my Discord in, and you can do that. You can suggest routes to me and stuff. I would very much appreciate that because I will not remember. I will not remember that. So let me just quickly get an invite here. What happened? Yeah, so feel free to join my Discord there, guys, and you can put in there any routes that you want to see me do on a live stream. That'd be a lot of fun. Tourist feels like an advanced version of this game. I don't know about that. I mean, I do feel like that game is a lot more difficult with those roads. But like I said, that's why that game is just a completely different vibe. I mean, with this game, when you're driving around Europe, these buses, they would be taking, the highways and stuff like that. But in that game, it's just got that complete different vibe, man. You really need to watch it. You need to slow down. You really need to have a lot of skill. Full-size coaches, Neoplan, baby. Do it. Get in that Neoplan and drive it around. No, that's not what I wanted to do. God damn it. Oh, change it on me. Okay. So let's start this out. If you guys don't mind, I'm up for it. You need to watch the back corners. You need to watch the tight city streets with the AI. It can be really difficult. You can really lock up traffic doing it that way. Yeah, that's fair enough. Like I said, I think an economy system of some kind would be good in this game. You know, I do like the fact that in Tourist Bus you can hire mechanics and you need to keep the buses fueled up and in tip-top shape and all that. You know, I do think that's a very good aspect of that game. You have to remember, though, Tourist Bus came out after Fernbus. So now it is the winter time. It is December 4th. Just as today, it is the real time. Oh, that was already open. So now we're in shuttle mode. So we don't need to hear the Flixbus because we're not a Flixbus employee. So that's disabled. We don't need to do that. And when we check people in, it won't be the Flixbus. Can you open, please? Thank you. I would say, like, so this is what the game is supposed to look like at night. Now, if you let the game transition from day to night, it doesn't look like this. Everything, like, the sky is dark, the sky looks like that, but everything else is lit up. It looks like daytime, and it's horrible. But if you start around after dark, then you get the nighttime look, and nighttime in this game just, it looks fantastic. I absolutely love it.
Das Ticket, bitteschön. Sehr freundlich.
Ciao. Fahren Sie
So
in
oddly
meine
enough, a
Richtung?
shuttle bus, this works fine.
Sie wollen bestimmt mein Ticket. Auf geht's.
Moin. Ich hoffe, ich bin hier richtig. Sehr
For some
freundlich.
reason, it just glitches out
Guten Tag. Ich
in the
hoffe, ich bin
Flixbus
hier
routes.
richtig. Cool.
Hi. Fahren Sie in meine
What I want to do as well in the live stream, we're going to go through the original Flixbus routes.
Servus.
We're going to do that too.
Fahren Sie
That would
in
be
meine
perfect
Richtung. Sehr freundlich.
for streaming.
Grüezi, mein Ticket. Können Sie das rückgängig machen? Ich muss ja ganz woanders hin.
Hier, mein Ticket. Vielen Dank.
Servus.
Yeah, I actually have music going on right now. I'm listening to Spotify in my headphones. You guys can't hear it, of course, but I can. Is that it? Oh, I can't see. I think that's it. So we have the weather set to dynamic, so it could snow, might not. It probably will. And this is one of my favorite routes, by the way. This is one that I created. It's a city route. We go over here. We start over here. We go all the way up through the city. Very minimal highway driving. Yeah, it's one of my favorite routes to drive at nighttime. So let's close up the doors. And again, in this one, we don't have to mess about with the starting the trip or anything like that. Wait, man, I don't think I do, right? No, I don't. Oh man, yeah, I know. Like I said, I used to talk to Fabian. I had a lot of issues with that guy, but we did talk a little bit, and according to him, he said that it's very difficult for them to recreate. And I don't get that because it seems like everybody on PS5 has the problem. So I don't understand how it's hard to recreate. And then it comes to find out they don't even have a PS5 dev kit. So how are they supposed to fix stuff on PS5 when they don't have a dev kit? It's just beyond me. You know, that's just like, it's just like amateur hour, you know? That's the way I feel about it. Hey Joe, what's going on, man? Can you connect mouse and keyboard? And yes, you can. It does have mouse and keyboard support. I was saying that earlier. I don't have a keyboard or mouse. I'm thinking I'm going to get one and try it. But yeah, it does have keyboard and mouse support, so that's pretty cool. Now, another thing with that, there's nowhere that tells you the mapping of the keyboard buttons. But I don't imagine it'd be too hard to figure out. But yeah, I guess if you have a mouse hooked up, you can actually click on the dashboard and stuff like that. Yeah, no problem, man. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to try to give you guys information. And like I say, you might want to subscribe to the channel because I have a video coming out next week. It's going to be like a holiday buyer's guide. We're going to go over every driving sim that I have on the channel. And I'm going to tell you guys which ones I think are worth buying, which ones I think aren't worth buying. I'm going to give you the good and the bad, you know, my own personal good and bad about each of those games. Let me read that comment. That's why they couldn't recreate. So I sent it directly to see for themselves, maybe. Finally it can be fixed. That'd be great. I mean, I've actually sent them clips in their Discord of it as well. But as I said, I sent it to TML. And it turns out that they don't have anything to do with it, so I'm going to be 100% honest. If they could fix that day to night transition, I would be 90% happier with this game. Because I would love to be able, to just go through a red light and slam into traffic. No, I would love to be able to do a live stream for you guys. You know, where we start in the morning and then we drive until dark and we see it and it transitions. You know, I would absolutely love that. You know, I hate the fact that I'm limited to the hours that I can drive and then I have to start a new one because I don't want to see that horrible transition. And the night to day transition is kind of bugged as well. Not as bad, but still not perfect. That's what I mean. If it's fine on Xbox, then why can't you just do what you did on Xbox on this game? And that's why I'm so worried about them updating Tourist Bus. I'm just so worried that they're going to screw that up as well. Now, is Tourist Bus ported over by the same company? Is that Zero Games as well? I know in the beginning the Petapay, they're the ones that did the career mode in that game. TML did all the buses and the maps and the driving. Petapay is the one that put the career mode in the game, and they did a fantastic job. I was kind of wondering if Petapay was involved with the football DLC for Fernbus. But look at this, man. Driving here at nighttime in the winter. This is just a vibe. This is just a vibe. Yeah. Well, you know, if they can get the things they got right with Fernbus on Tourist Bus, but not screw Tourist Bus up with the bad things that are on Fernbus, then I think they'll be doing good. I think they'll have something there. Because the weather in this game looks great. I think the rain in this game looks spectacular. The snow, I think the snow looks really good. That's what I'm afraid of. That's what I'm afraid of. You know, like I said, I feel like TML could probably fix it if they went that route, but they're not going that route. TML doesn't have anything to do with it. They don't want anything to do with it. But can we just agree that Zero Games, for a game developer that primarily does mobile gaming, I mean, they did a pretty good job. You know, like I said, when I found out that they mostly do mobile games, I was like, oh, well, okay, now I'm kind of impressed. That roundabout is covered in snow. How cool would it be if there was actually like ice and stuff in this game where you had to watch where you drove? No, you're actually absolutely right. You know, any game that I'm like bitching about, it's because I enjoy the game and I want the game to be better, and I like the game. You're absolutely right without that. You know, the loudest communities are the loudest communities because they enjoy the game. You know, and it's something that developers, they should be proud of, and they should take into consideration that, you know, we're enjoying the game so much that we want these things fixed. We want the game to be just a better experience. Now, excuse me, let's take on the road, for instance. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't care if that game gets another update or not. Unless they overhaul the whole game, the engine, and the driving and everything, I just don't care. And it's a shame because I feel like that game had potential. There's some things in that game that I really do enjoy. I love the fact that you can get out of the truck. I like how you have to pick up your jobs. I like how you can pick up multiple jobs at the same time and fill your trailer. It's just the meat and potatoes of the game. It's just horrible.
Fahren Sie in meine Richtung?
Ciao.
Hello, mein Ticket? Vielen Dank.
Servus. Fahren Sie in
I've
meine
even seen
Richtung?
people complaining how all the passengers
Ich hoffe, ich bin hier richtig.
speak German,
Sehr freundlich.
even when they're in France. And I'm like, dude, really?
Oh,
That's
wäre ich fast in den
that's
falschen
super
Richtung.
nitpicky.
Ach du meine Güte, das ist ja die falsche Linie.
No, I think it
Servus.
did get
Das
worse.
Ticket. Bitte, ciao.
It did get worse.
Tag, das Ticket. Bitte schön.
They had a lot of issues with that game. It had updates. I could have swore to God, when it first came to PS5, it had force feedback. Now it doesn't.
Ist schon okay.
Because I remember someone said that the force feedback was like really hard. That game was supposed to get an update. Never did. You know, it's just Aerosoft, man. That's what I mean. That's why it's hard. Okay, what did we do? It's just hard to, oh gosh. So can I really not drive this bus with that door open? That's actually pretty cool. I can't tell you guys how many trips I've been on where I've left that luggage door open. Oops. Is it? Isn't it already out? I believe that game's already out. Or maybe not. Maybe it's coming out. Oh. We got a traffic jam, people. What time is it? Alright. 5:39. So yeah, we're probably getting into that rush hour traffic, right? People getting out of work. I don't know. I mean, I'm not a real fan of the Unity engine anyway, but you know, it can look better than that. Like I said, Truck Logistics proves that it can look better. Oh yeah, maybe you're right. Which the Heavy Duty Challenge, that's another game that's, from what I've seen, is garbage. Like I said, you know, as someone that has a sim gaming channel or console, I kind of feel like I should play all the games, but at the same time, I have to buy these games. If I was having them given to me by developers, that'd be another story. But when I got to shell out $30 for a game that I'm only going to play once for a video, you got to kind of pick and choose. Oh, I'm at the point where I pretty much buy the games like that with my YouTube money, so it's not like it's cutting into anything. Like I say though, it's kind of a shame with on the road because there's elements that are there that the game could have been good. It's just the core elements are so horrible. Oh boy, we got big time traffic jam here. It really did. But you know, I know you're in GameTech UK's Discord and stuff, so as Jason would say, you can't sell a game on potential, right? I mean, he's right. He is right. It's what those developers do with that potential. That's the main thing. And I thought, what is that? What is the developer of On the Road? Toxtronic or something like that? Are they even still around? I heard that the game changed hands to a different developer. I'm not even sure. I remember seeing that game on PC when they announced it for console, and I thought, geez, this doesn't look bad. If it looks like this is going to be a decent game. Tox 2 now? Okay. This is no bueno. I may have to... It doesn't look like shit. No, yeah, that's what I mean. I seen Jason play it. I seen some other people play it, and it doesn't look like that. It looks clear. It looked pretty good, man. The day to night, sunsets and stuff look good. Weather looks good on it, and then on console we get it, and it's just, yeah, it's horrible. Hey, come on. I will say the sounds on the road are horrible. The horn sounds like some kind of Atari game effect. Okay, we might have to reset here. I just need to go straight. So let's reset again. Please. Okay, let's squeeze through this traffic jam. See, right here, these cobblestone streets, how cool would it be if we had force feedback? I just felt that little bit of rumbling. That would be so good. I love driving around at night. It looks so good. Got that building there. Looks like maybe a library or something? That'd be my guess. There's the bloom. It's set way too high, which causes the awful glow. Yeah, I still think that that's there for performance issues. That they're masking pop-in and possible performance issues with that, and it's not a good way to go about it. It really isn't. But like I said, that's not the only problem with that game. I don't feel the driving in that game is fun at all. Oh, we're going to get stuck at this red light again. For the love of God. Dude, you're under the light. Go. Claim the intersection. Do they have right on red in Europe? Probably not. It glows. Do you mean like the light? Because I did find that the sunlight looks very unnatural. When the sun's shining on the road, it looks very unnatural. I actually feel that Fernbus and Tourist Bus, they really got that right. And I know it seems like it's too much, but I mean, anybody that's driven in real life knows that when you're driving into the sun, it is blinding. You cannot see anything. You know, the issue is with Fernbus and Tourist Bus is that the sun blinds, or the sunshades, whatever you want to call them, they don't work on the buses. They don't do anything. Oh, come on. That's such a short street, man. We didn't even get in our lane all the way. Oh, well. And there's not enough content in the game either. They need to have more trailers, more jobs, just more of everything. But like I said, if the driving in that game was like Fernbus, it would be a lot better. I don't know. I mean, I think as long as it conveys what it's supposed to convey, I'm happy with it. Like, overall, I think all times of day in this game look pretty decent. It's just a transition that isn't good. The rest of it, I think, looks absolutely fine. You know, yes, for a game, the sun might be a little too much, especially since there's no way to combat it. You can't put on sunglasses. You can't put, you know, the sunshade down. So you just have to live with it, and sometimes it's almost impossible. You know, that's why in real life we have things like sun visors and sunglasses. You know, in the game, if they're going to have it that intense, they should have something to help it. Yeah. Oh, now see, this is something that would happen in real life. He's in the wrong lane, he wants to get over there, and he screwed me. That's pretty realistic in my book. I don't have an issue with that. I'll tell you, RoboCop, that game looks gorgeous. Oh my god. Like, I could just sit there and just look at the reflections in the puddles in that game and just be so happy. It's ridiculous. And the publisher of that game is the same publisher that's putting out the Taxi Life game, which I don't think it's going to look like that, but God, that looks so good, that game. It's just really ridiculous. It's funny how simple things like that in a video game make you so happy, but yet in real life you kind of take those things for granted, right? Like, you don't go out on a rainy day looking at the reflections and puddles and going, oh wow, that's so cool. You know, but when you see it in the game, it's like, wow, look at that. But that's what happens. We notice those things in video games, I think, because those are things we notice in real life. You know, and then when you see in a video game, it's like, oh wow, look how they recreated that. That's amazing. You know, but in real life, it's like that's just real life. That's how it always is. But when you see it in a game, you know, it brings it out more. See, that's what I'm curious with about SES. If they ever bring their game over, you know, what can their engine do on console? How will it handle console? You know, it'd be very interesting to see. And another thing that I'm really curious about is to all the console players out there. I wonder if they realize the vast majority of YouTubers that play those games are using a ton of mods, graphics mods, weather mods. You know, lots of times, like if you're watching like Jeff Fabiano, for example, that's not what that game will look like if it comes to console. You're step amazing. That's amazing, man. That's awesome. I love hearing stories like that, man. I really do. You know, you get so sick of the kind of stigma that, oh, video games are for children. It's like, God, that is such an old way of thinking. You know, all of us that grew up with video games, we still play. We never abandoned them. You know, that whole thing is crazy, and that's just so cool to think about, man. That 70-year-old man is sitting there playing Fernbus Simulator. You know it is, and I think that's what a lot of us take for granted. We get so wrapped up into bugs and, you know, blah blah blah. So your stepdad, was it? Now was he a bus driver in real life, or maybe a truck driver, or did he do something driving? Does it kind of bring him back to when he was working, or is it just something that he really enjoys to do? Okay, let's try not to forget anything this time. Let's try not to forget to shut doors. Hey! The livery cleared up. The last stop it was blurry. Now it's back to normal again. I don't think I've ever had that happen to me. Usually once that changes to blurry, it stays that way. Very interesting. Hey. So, this is what I was talking about. It's December, it's wintertime. I mean, the people are dressed in coats and hats, you know what I mean? Somewhere, somehow, some way, there was love put in this game.
Sie wollen bestimmt mein Ticket sehen. Auf geht's. Moin, das Ticket. Bitte
They just have no love for the console. That's all.
Moin. Sie wollen bestimmt mein Ticket. Sie das Ticket stammen.
And the one thing I've noticed, I don't see the Christmas decorations. It used to have Christmas decorations. I don't know if they Patch out or what? His granddad was 60s. His grandfather drove the Flying Scotsman. Get the hell out of here.
Ich suche mir gerade eine neue Verbindung.
You know, I want to do the Flying Scotsman mission
Ich hoffe, ich bin hier richtig. Sehr freundlich.
where you got to hit 100 miles per hour. I want to do that on stream.
Tag.
Like I said, I just got that game, and I got the Flying Scotsman with it.
Hello? Mein Ticket.
That train is just amazing. They did such a good job with that. That is really cool, man.
Mein Bus verpasst.
Mahlzeit. Hier, mein Ticket.
What are you guys doing hiding over here? Hello? Okay, was that it? Hey, Joe, what's going on, man? It doesn't tell me. I hate that. Alright, I guess we're good. I guess we're done. We can close up. Lock up shop. Should have seen his face. Oh, I bet, man. I bet he was ecstatic. Wait, did I close that? Yeah. Okay. Oh, that's awesome, man. That's awesome. So, what does he think about the game? What does he think about it in the game? Is it pretty accurate? Did it bring him back to his childhood? Because I mean, if that's not a ringing endorsement, then I don't know what is. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Like I said, if that's not an endorsement, then I don't know what it is, man. Yeah, I literally just bought Train Sim World 4 a couple days ago. And I was checking that out just to train the module. I was like, oh man, this is so good. Laying in bed relaxing. It's like 5:30. What are you doing in bed, man? You feeling good? You feeling alright? Hope you're not sick or anything. The only thing I will say about On the Road that I do like the GPS in that game better. It shows you exactly what lane you need to be in. It does a better job at this one, and it's out further. Oh, that's awesome, man. That's awesome. You know, I think that's the thing with sim games too, is that, you know, that it can appeal to such a large audience. I know it's funny. It's like the older I get, I'm enjoying more simulator games more and more. You know, I still play the AAA titles. I played Spider-Man 2, beat the game, fantastic game, absolutely loved it. I always come back to these games. You know, I mean, for me, it's the fact that these games don't end. That's what I like about them the most. Start work at 4 a.m., so it's bedtime for you. Oh, man. I got you, man. Geez, have you even had dinner yet? You use some games to relax? Yeah, I can see that. Like I said, I like the fact that with most sim games, there's no end goal. There's no end game. You know, I would play games like The Witcher 3 and Horizon Zero Dawn and them, and then, you know, put so much time into them, and then when they were done, and you're sitting there like, oh, now what? You know, I put so much time into this game, and now it's over, and then you just get this, like, empty feeling like, now what? And then I got into, like, Farming Simulator, and, you know, The Hunter Call of the Wild, and Way of the Hunter, and then more of these sim games where they just continue. You can always go in, you can always play them, you know, they don't end. So when you play those games, you know, like Spider-Man, you beat Spider-Man, that's great. Then you go back into your sim games and have the fun. Absolutely, absolutely. Farming Simulator, Train Sim World, you know, hell, Fernbus, SnowRunner. And SnowRunner is one of those games where, you know, there is an end to the game. You can beat the match, but there's just so much content in that game that I'm never gonna beat that game. I'm never gonna finish every map. There is not enough time. If I didn't have a YouTube channel, then I probably would, but most of my gaming time is, you know, taken up by YouTube. 4 p.m. early bird dinner. All right, there we go. Joe, our resident 90-year-old. Oh, I love SnowRunner. SnowRunner is easily in my top 5 all-time favorite games. I actually love SnowRunner. Whoa. Train Sim World can be overwhelming. There's a lot to do in that game. The DLCs are pricey. Especially when some of them are like $40 and you can get the base game. Oh, this is a weird one. Wait. Wait a minute. Is this the stop? What just happened? Yeah, this is a stop. All the routes? No, he does not. That man put his entire life savings into that game. Goodness. Oh, they're back there. All right. I'm sorry about that. Is this gonna count? It should, right?
Salut. Fahren Sie in meine Richtung? Cool.
You sure play with them nice.
Servus. Sie wollen bestimmt mein Ticket sehen. Auf geht's.
Salut. Das Ticket, bitteschön. Cool.
Like I said, I think I'm a bit strange because I think, like, most Americans that play that game are all about the American freight routes.
Hi.
But,
Richtig. Sehr freundlich.
East Coast way, I love that route. Can I stop jumping, please?
Moin. Das Ticket, bitteschön. Auf geht's.
East Coast way, I love that route. The Arosa Chur line? Chur? I don't know how to pronounce it. I love that line, man. So good.
Ciao. Sie wollen bestimmt mein Ticket sehen. Ich glaube, Sie fahren doch nicht in meine Richtung.
Salut. Ich hoffe, ich bin hier richtig. Ich glaube, sie ist schon okay. Ich nehme einen anderen Bus. Moin. Fahren Sie in meine Richtung? Sehr freundlich.
Same time you'll buy the new sim games that interest you and you get to, yeah, that's awesome, man. I said, it's just, it's great that he's 70 years old and he's playing those games, man. Yeah. The Rosa line, baby. I love that. So good. And I got the DLC, which has got the Christmas ones. I usually always do the Christmas stream on that one where you're delivering the gifts. Oh, I absolutely love it. It's so good. Wait, did I shut that? Yeah, okay. I keep forgetting. I am enjoying the Antelope Valley line though. I just restarted with that. For some reason, I was under the impression that that was going to be a freight, and I was kind of surprised to see that it was a passenger. Hey, you're gonna let me go, right? Nope, you're not. Nope. Wow. Hey, a taxi. See that? We're in the same profession. So he knows. That's your favorite from the new game? Yeah, I haven't seen a lot of scenery yet. I think I've only done the first couple where I'm still pretty much in the city. I haven't actually got into the valley part of it. I know. What was it? You get 3 with it, but I bought like the deluxe version. I didn't get like the $100 one. I got the $70 one. So I get the Risa Dresden complicated route, and then I get another route. I can't think of the name. I'm going to be interested in doing that one as well. We could actually do a couple Christmas themed streams in that game. We could do the Arosa line, the Flying Scotsman has. Oh, absolutely, Joe. Absolutely. I was just saying that we could do a couple actually from Train Sim World. There's a couple Christmas scenarios. Oh, the Austrian route, I think. I'm interested to try that one out. Yeah, this is one of my favorite routes in this game. I absolutely love this. You get a little bit of highway, not too much, and a lot of city. So it's perfect for the Man Lion City bus here that we're in. If I can keep it on the road. Let's see here. What lane do I have to be in? It looks like I have to be in this one, but the GPS is always iffy. Sort of looks like it does weird things. Okay, yep, it does. Why are we stopping? Hello. With the way the AI is, it's probably a good thing that the roads aren't icy. Oh, imagine that. But yeah, going back to that with SES and the ATS, ETS2, so many YouTubers play that game heavily modded that, you know, if it did come to console, I'm thinking people would probably be disappointed because they're so used to seeing it with all the graphics mods, and they probably don't even realize it. They just think that's the way the game looks, but it doesn't. So I would suggest checking out this guy, Modded ATS. He does do modded videos, obviously that's in his name, but he also has a series going with no mods at all, just vanilla game, and it's pretty good. And you can always check out the British Ace as well. I don't think he uses any mods, and his computer I don't think is like the most powerful. Oh, did you, Joe? Nice. Yeah, it's a good game, man. It's fun. The multiplayer on it is insane. I gotta get into some multiplayer on that game. Check that out. 24 people, that's just crazy. Yeah, exactly, King. But a lot of the YouTubers that do content on that I feel people are watching, I don't think they realize that they're using so many mods to make that game look the way it does. And the base game looks good. It's not bad looking. Yeah, the British Ace, man, he's like the go-to guy for Train Sim World, man. A lot of respect to him being able to do a lot of those routes with no HUD or anything. I cannot do that. I'm not gonna lie, some of those routes I have a hard time with the HUD. It's funny because a long time ago when it was Train Sim World 2, I was really on the fence about it. I was like, it's a freaking train, like you're not steering it. You know, how good can a train game be? So I think it was on sale, so I was like, I'll buy it. And man, I couldn't believe everything that was involved in that. You know, timing the stopping and stuff is just crazy. Yeah, he knows his stuff for trains, man. I don't really watch his content on trucks and stuff. Bus stuff I do. Some of his content on the bus games. For trucks, I usually watch Modded ATS, or I'll watch Jeff Fabiano. Then there's a couple other ones but they don't have any commentary or anything. They just do the video, which I kind of like those as well. Those are kind of just chill, relaxed. Oh yeah, I watch Joe Dobson. Yeah. What was that one bus simulator he had on there? I don't know the name of it, but it looked really cool. I wouldn't mind that one coming to console. It was like he was driving and there was like a tsunami or something, and like there's a flood and he's trying to outrun the flood, and there's like all kinds of scenarios like that. That game looked really fun. No, that game, that game for me is where the kind of like the graphics snob in me comes out. I don't think that game looks good at all. I'm sure the physics are really great, but I don't know. I don't know if I could play that game. It just looks so bad to me. But I understand that it's an old game. And I don't think it gets any updates anymore. I think just modders do stuff to the game. Tram Sim. Is it Tram Sim a Dovetail game? Okay, come on. One of you is going to let me go. Okay, it's going to be you. Sweet. That's because he was turning, I was in his way. Dovetail published for consoles. Okay. Yeah, when that game first came out, I was thinking about getting that game, but after seeing some people play it online, on YouTube and stuff, I was like, I don't think so. Again, you know, to buy a game that I'm only going to play maybe once. I will be getting the Tram Sim game from Bus Simulator though, because I did buy their Tram DLC, so the new game comes with that. Which I seen Jason play it, and honestly, it just looks like Bus Simulator with trams. It looks like what we have right now. Yeah, it didn't look great to me. And then I seen some people were just having a lot of issues trying to figure the game out. Whoa, that's our stop.
Wenn ich nur vorher gewusst hätte, wie schnell und günstig Fernbusse sein
Yeah,
können.
that's what I was thinking too. I mean, it looks just like Bus Simulator, just without the buses. And I mean, basically, that's what the DLC is anyway, isn't it? I have the DLC. I haven't done any videos on it. I'm going to be getting a video out on that next week. Maybe we'll do a live stream on it. I haven't unlocked that yet. Maybe we'll do a live stream on Bus Simulator 21 anyway, just unlocking stuff. So, I think that's the end of our trip. Yeah. Hey, Bluetooth Arab, what's going on, man? Unfortunately, you caught us at the end of our stream here. Because we did 2 good routes, man. Hey, have a good night, Joe. Hope to see you next time. We'll be doing at least 2 more streams this week. I'm going to try to. I want to get streaming back together again. But I think that's where we're going to end this one, guys. I need to get me some dinner. It's getting late. We've been streaming for what, maybe almost 3 hours now. So yeah, it was a good stream, guys. Thank you so much for coming out. I appreciate it so much. If you guys aren't subscribed, hit the subscribe button. And I hope you all have a great night. And we'll see you next time.